Hey guys, Ember here. In this video, I want to showcase a deck that I'm really excited about, that I think is extremely underrated right now in Master Duel. It has been the deck that's been performing the best for me personally. I hit Master 1 with it with ease very early on in the season, last season. I also gave this exact list to an OG friend of mine that was stuck in Diamond 5, not motivated to play because no deck was enjoyable, and I hit Master 5 before I could even blink. So if that sounds like you, then you're at the right place. So with the introductions out of the way, I present to you pure Fiendsmith. No Primites allowed. We do not have enough Fiendsmith cards for a full pure deck, but Sangenjin and the Gank are as good as any Fiendsmith card can be, so they're making an appearance here. The concept of the deck is to play as few bad cards as possible while maximizing the maxi outs of the deck, so we can play good and fair Yu-Gi-Oh! As often as possible. Every engine card in here can be used as a starter or extender with the exception of Paradise, which I happen to draw more often than I would like. For the Millennium part of the deck, we are playing 3 Sangenjin, 2 Golem, and 1 Wedju Temple. I want to play 2 Golem specifically, just so I can have the 5 Millennium, and that basically gives me the best chance to see at least 1. But you can play 1 Golem, or you can play 3 Golem, it's up to you. Next up, we are playing maximum Fiendsmith cards, all of the good ones, at least. We are playing 3 Lacrima, 3 Fiendsmith Tract, 2 Engraver, 1 Luri, and 1 of each trap. As for the extra deck, everything is super standard. We are playing 1 Lacrima, 1 Necrocrape Princess, 1 Doom Dragon, 2 Desiree, 1 Rex Tremende, I will explain this later, 1 Caesar, 1 Photon Lord, 2 Requiem, 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 Moon, 1 Sequence, and 1 Agnum Day. As for the non-engine, we are playing the standard maxi package of 2 maxi, 2 call by, 1 crossout, and the 3 Ash Blossoms. We are playing a pair of Imperm and a pair of Veiler. We are playing 3 Purge, because this has 0 conflict with the deck. It has a little bit with the extra deck, but you have to be careful with that, a little bit. We are playing 1 Nibiru for the crossout and to draw with maxi. We are playing the 1 Droll and Lockbird. We have something to cross out if that hurts us, because sometimes it can hurt us. We are playing the 2 Ghost Ogres, because this can be used as a board breaker when you're going second against enemy Appaloosas or Desirees, while also being a great hand trap against basically any Millennium deck or Blue Eyes deck. And finally, we are playing 2 Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is a great card in this deck specifically because it can help you when you're going first, because we are extremely weak to Bestials. It can also help you when you maxi people. This can negate their Call by the Grave if they have them. And it can also negate the Call by if they try to call by something after you have made your board, because again, we are weak to Bestials and we are weak to just banishing from the graveyard in general. So this can help prevent that. Additionally, we are playing 2 Triple Tactic Talent. This card is great in this deck because we can play through a lot of things, and a lot of the times we don't even need the draw. We're just looking at our opponent's hand, and looking at our opponent's hand is crazy. Additionally, if we need it, we can draw 2, and because we are playing so many 1-card starters and extenders, the chances are that we are going to find them. And going second, this card is also great because it can take Appaloosa, it can take problem cards like Flamberge, IP, and a lot of cards. So if this resolves, you are basically winning. Now, there are a couple of things that might not be obvious. The first thing is, how do we use Rex Tremende? And the second thing is, why are we using the Fiendsmith Kyria, the trap? Which I'm going to explain using a sample combo. Basically, if you learn the sample combo, you will basically learn how to use Kyria. And this is an incredibly powerful card, mostly for the graveyard effect, but the on-field effect can also come up, since we could, in theory, search it, but we prefer to do other things instead. Okay, so to showcase the combo, I have chosen a hand that has just Luri and nothing else, no other extenders, because this is the weakest starter and still gets the job done, and every single other combo is basically the same thing, just better. So let me just use this so that I'm not getting any prompts. And we're gonna start by normal summoning Luri. We get the Requiem out, and we activate the effect to send to special summon Lacrima. Now, if you already start with Lacrima, usually here you will want to get Engraver. But here we will not have Engraver for a bit, but that's okay. We will dump Fiendsmith Kyrie, and then we will equip the Requiem to the Lacrima. And then we will proceed and activate Fiendsmith Kyrie. This will let us summon the Guy Lacrima. And with the Fiendsmith Lacrima, we just summon any Light Fiend, except for the Requiem, since we cannot summon that again. And we will make Sequence here. Here, this is very risky to do. You have to be really careful with doing that, because you can run out of Light Fiends. But we just activate the Sequence here, and we go Rex Tremenda by using the Fiendsmith Lacrima and the Requiem. And here, because we do not have access to Engraver, we are going to discard any random card to send Engraver. If you already have Engraver in the graveyard, you do not have to do this. Now, we will go to Agnum Day. And before we activate Agnum Day's effect, we have to remember to use Rex Tremenda's effect and add back Engraver. And now we will activate Agnum Day's effect, summon back the Rex Tremenda, and then we will make Necroquip. Do not forget to do this before you activate the Engraver, because now that we activate the Engraver, after that we're going to get a single draw from Necroquip. And here we're going to add Fiendsmith in Paradise. And Necroquip will trigger, second effect, we draw a card. Cool. Now we will activate Engraver's effect, and we will shuffle back the Sequence to summon back Engraver. And here we will make Caesar. We will set any cards that we want, especially Paradise. Now, this was a one-card combo, but we can set the Imperm as well, and we will end our turn. So now we have Caesar, the rank 6. This can be Lars as well, if you want. But you can try whichever one you want and see which one you like the most. This is just the rank 6 that you have. The Paradise, along with any cards that you have in your hand or field. Remember, we also drew one with Necroquip, and the discard from the Rex Tremenda is optional. So we can have like an extra card there. We just had to start with Luri. And on our opponent's turn, we can summon the Agnum Day. If they try to Bestial, we can Caesar the Bestial. And then we can activate Rex Tremenda to special summon. We can activate Agnum Day to special summon Rex Tremenda. Sorry. And now we can eventually activate Paradise to nuke everything from the field. We have an unaffected 3600 attack monster. And once we wipe the field with this, we can activate the Paradise effect whenever our opponent special summons a monster to send Desiree from our extra deck to the graveyard and clear any remaining cards that your opponent might have and try to play. Also, if your opponent manages to get past this, and if they manage to walk over Rex Tremenda or send it to the graveyard somehow, the moment Rex Tremenda is sent to the graveyard, you are going to get any Fiendsmith card from your banished pile or graveyard back into your hand. So this can be the Banished Paradise, this can be your Engraver, this can be any track that you used earlier on your turn. It can be anything. So the grind game here is insane. And it is not uncommon to grab Paradise and then do this again and again and again until your opponent just gives up. So that's pretty much what the deck is all about. And again, this can be done with Lacrima, this can be done with Tract. You can even activate Tract, search Lacrima, and then normal summon Lacrima with it. And this is very, very consistent. You can do it with any Millennium card, so that's already like 12 one-card starters. And all of those can be used as extenders. And remember that the Millennium cards can also make a rank 8 Potent Lord if you don't really need the starter and you have something else in your hand. And finally, I want to showcase a replay of a game that I played a couple of days ago, and I think that it showcases the strength of the deck quite well. So we are going first against Blue Eyes, and this was before I removed the Cassia cards. I used to play the Cassia cards, but I don't anymore. But we are going to have this. It doesn't change too much in the deck, but we will start with getting Luri and discarding Luri. Again, this works, any single starter works. And we are going to summon Requiem. Requiem summons the Lacrima. Lacrima dumps the Engraver here because we already have the Kyrie in our hand. But that doesn't matter because we can go Tract, and this fusion summons into the Fiendsmith Lacrima, which is basically the same point as we were in the combo I showcased. But our opponent will Magnamut here, which is a pain in the ass, but we will end up drawing a Golem here, which it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if I even use this, but this is pretty much what's happening. Our opponent is on Blue Eyes, and we know that. They only play 2 Spirit, so Unicorn is going to be really helpful here. Everything 1 Spirit. We go Sequence, and we are back from where we started, basically. And here we can discard the Kyrie, since we don't really need it, to send another Engraver, since one of them was banished from Magnamut. We are going to get back the Engraver that was banished, and we do this. Here I forget, I'm dumb, I do not get the draw because I did not make Necroquip. Do as I say, not as I do. I make the Necroquip faster. And I decide to, do this instead of summoning the Engraver because I'm playing Lars. I played a little bit with this card. It's fine. You can play either Caesar or Lars. And so our opponent will search Ether Barrel for their turn. And here I shotgun the Lacrima because I have Lars still, so if they have Call by the Grave, we can just negate the Call by the Grave. And so they're going to start with the Bear. And here we will take out their last Spirit Dragon. So we will negate this because we don't want them to have Drill Beam. And that is really all that's happening here. They will go to the Spirit with Eyes of Blue. They are playing Blue Eyes after all, and they will add the Field Spell. They will add the Field Spell, activate the Field Spell. They summon the Sage. They go Maiden. Maiden sets the True Light. And here, I think, hey, that's a good point to activate Fiendsmith in Paradise. Unfortunately, even though we used Lars on the load, they are playing... They already had the Drill Beam, so it is what it is. Paradise negated. But that doesn't matter. That will not stop us. Here, Birth is actually really helpful because it lets us banish the Drill Beam for the rest of the game. But our opponent can keep playing, unfortunately. And they will summon the Jet, and they will go into Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. And this negates every single card on our board forever. Except for Rex Remende, because he's unaffected. And so... sorry about that. Our opponent just has a bunch of guys, and Seals, and True Light. So we will activate the Kyrie effect, since we didn't use it on our turn, to summon Fiendsmith Lacrima. And with the with the Rex Remende, we will add back to Paradise. And with Lacrima, we're gonna special summon Agnum Day here. And fun fact about this guy, he's now once per turn, so we can summon Rex Remende again. Now, unfortunately, Jet triggers, and they will be able to bounce back the Agnum Day, which will make our guy small, and they can just walk over it. But that doesn't matter, because we have Tract still, and we draw a Purge off the top. So this is where the real strength of the deck comes up, because our grind game is just very good. So we will go Engraver, and this forces out the Seals. They go Barrel for some reason. They already have used the Magnamut. And so we go Luri, we go Requiem effect, summon out the Lacrima, send another Engraver. We go Wedju Temple, And we get out the Sengenjin. Now, Sengenjin, we make the Doom Dragon, put that in the back row. And we make Lacrima, and Lacrima here will be able to summon out the Rextremende one more time, equip it with the Requiem so it's unaffected. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I played this correctly, probably not, but I was running out of time here. So I was panicking, and so I just make Photon Lord and pass. We still have Paradise, the second time, and this time they do not have Drill Beam. So, we are unfortunately really low on life points. So they go Wishes, which we negate with the Purge. They go Equip, and I go Paradise for the second time. And our opponent will have the Barrel, but that doesn't do anything since Drill Beam is not live. And even if it was live, they wouldn't be able to use it because it would be sacked from the graveyard. So we go Paradise, secondary effect, but they have Ash for it. Unfortunately, the Jet will trigger here, which normally it would mean that that would be the end of me, but I have Lacrima, Summon Requiem, to save me and leave me with 100 LP. So we draw one card, we draw Veiler, not great, but we go Engraver, summon back, Requiem. Oh no, just go Sequence, I guess. Sequence effect. We summon out the Desiree. I link for Requiem. Unfortunately, I do not activate the effect because we do not have enough Light Fiends in the graveyard. But we go Agnum Day effect, summon out the Desiree, and we equip him with all of the pieces. We go Negate, and we just smack him for 4,000 attack, 4,000 damage. So here they get back the Barrel, and they go Barrel, set the load, which doesn't really do anything, and they go Typhon, summon, spin back the Desiree. We are about to lose here, but thankfully Lacrima does this thing again. They unfortunately have Max E, so they get to draw 2 cards. It is what it is. But we summon the Agnum Day summons back the Desiree. The Rextremende, I'm sorry. They're all the same to me. And so they set Majesty here. And Majesty has 2 pops currently, because they have 2 blue eyes. So we start equipping, and equipping. Our guy is unaffected. So we attack to get rid of this, because if we do not, then we die next turn. They unfortunately get rid of the equips, they can't get rid of the actual monster. And so they have Jet Dragon here, but we can go Requiem. Rextremende gets back the Paradise for the 3rd time. And we get Lacrima. Lacrima doesn't have anything to send. Well, we can go Engraver. Sequence. You know the drill. We get back those 2 to summon Lacrima. Lacrima summons back the Agnum Day, and Agnum Day summons back the Rextremende for the billionth time. We can go SP here, banish the True Light, burn him for a little bit. 100 LP versus 100 LP. This is basically an anime battle, anime duel, and we set the Paradise, and this time they will not be able to take it. And it will just scoop here. But yes, this is basically what this deck is capable of. So that's pretty much it. This deck is a lot of fun to play, and if you hate Primite as much as I do encourage you to give it a try if you have the cards. But if you don't, then chances are that I'm playing with this exact same deck on twitch.tv/EmberYGO, so you could go and check it out in action. I try to stream daily, especially now with the new season coming up and the Duelist Cup on the horizon, but I'm not making any promises. If you have any questions, then please do leave a comment down below. I have put a lot of effort into this deck, and there's a lot of details that I just can't fit into one single video, or else we'd be here forever. Remember, there's no stupid questions. I'll be reading every single comment and try to give my honest answer. Regardless, that's it. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed, and with that, I am out. Peace, have a nice day.